Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to iExamB. Today is 2nd May and the 7th day of our Ghar Se Study Corona session. We'll be having similar session for the next 3 weeks as well. So today we'll be discussing a few MCQs of general awareness, and also we'll see some news of general awareness that happened in the last 2 weeks of April. So today's session is going to help all the banking aspirants, including RBI Grade B, SEBI Grade A, NABARD Grade A, NPS and other IBPS and SBI exams. For your information, here are the 3 timings of our classes, that is 11 am, 3 pm and 7 pm every day, and we'll be having sessions on general awareness, economic social issues, finance and management, information technology, agriculture, rural development, quant, English and reasoning. So our idea is to cover each and every aspect of your examinations. And guys, I have an announcement to make. We are having RBI Grade B scholarship test. The registrations are open till 8th May, and the scholarship test is going to happen on 9th May 11 am to 12 pm. So these are the subjects on which you will be giving the scholarship test. Top 3 participants in the scholarship test will get 100% fee waiver for our RBI Grade B course. Next 50 participant will get 50% off, and next 30 participant will get 30% off, and all the remaining participants will be getting 15% off on our RBI Grade B courses. So please visit our site and register yourself for this once in a lifetime opportunity. So let us start our session with respect to general awareness. Here is a news that came with respect to RTGS and NEFT. So RBI has basically decided to extend RTGS and NEFT facilities to all the digital payment intermediaries, including the banks and everything. Prior to this, only banks were allowed to participate in RTGS and NEFT, and RBI has now extended this facility to all the payment intermediaries. So here is a question based on by payment intermediaries, I mean these prepaid payment instruments, card networks, the ATM operators like the white label ATMs and brown label ATM operators. So all of them can participate in this RTGS and NEFT payment system. So here is the first question about RTGS and NEFT. Which of the following statements about RTGS and NEFT is true? Here are your statements. The maximum amount of money that can be transferred through NEFT is 2 lakhs. RTGS provides faster payment than NEFT. There is no upper limit of transfer through RTGS. These are your options. Please pause the video and try to answer this. Yes, the correct answer is E, because we all know that there is no upper limit for NEFT. The maximum amount of money that can be transferred is anything. It is infinite. So the basic difference between NEFT and RTGS is, while NEFT is being done in batches, RTGS is done on real-time basis. So RTGS is, of course, the faster payment system than NEFT. And also there is no upper limit for RTGS, but there is a minimum amount for RTGS transaction, that is rupees 2 lakh. These are the things you need to remember. So here is the second question. RBI has recently come up with quarterly projection model 2.0. It has some blocks. Which of the following are those blocks? Here are options: fiscal block, fuel block, monetary block, balance of payment block, or A, B and D. So your answer is E, that is fiscal block, fuel block and balance of payment block. You can read the statement here. These are the 3 blocks. The first block is fiscal block, second is fuel block, and balance of payment block that recognizes the cost of volatility in exchange rate. So the motive of this quarterly projection model is the existing model has some lacunas, and RBI identified that those lacunas, and in order to mitigate those lacunas, this quarterly projection model 2.0 has been launched. So here is the news about this quarterly projection model 2.0. So which of the following statements are true about government securities? Government can issue both short-term and long-term securities. FPIs cannot participate in the government securities market, and government securities are high-risk instruments. These are your three statements. FPIs, foreign portfolio investors. So only the first statement is true, because there is no such ban on FPIs to participate in the government securities market, and we all know that government securities are the lowest risk instrument. It cannot be highest risk instrument, it is lowest risk instrument. So which of the following statements about bank's capital is true? Tier 1 capital is a bank's core capital and includes disclosed reserves and equity capital. Tier 2 capital is a bank's supplementary capital. Under Basel III, a bank's Tier 1 and Tier 2 assets must be at least 10.5% of its risk-weighted assets. Yes, all of the above statements are correct. So you can read more about Tier 1 and Tier 2 capitals, and it has been introduced by Basel III norms. So it is 10.5% of risk-weighted assets, and it has been decided by the RBI. However, the Basel III norms talks about 9%, but RBI later extended it to 10.5%. So here is the fifth question. Which of the following is a mutual fund scheme that invests in other mutual fund schemes? It is a kind of mutual fund scheme that invests in another mutual fund scheme, not in some companies, not in government securities, not in some companies' equities, but in some mutual fund scheme. Yes, the answer is fund of funds or FOF. So basically it is a kind of private fund that invests in any other mutual funds. Okay. So the idea is to mitigate risk. Suppose it is a high risk fund, it is a low risk fund. So the idea is to minimize the risk by investing in other funds. So please remember, fund of funds is a kind of mutual fund scheme that invests in other mutual fund schemes. Here is a question about National Housing Bank. Which of the following are the main objectives of the National Housing Bank? Please feel free to pause the screen and read the statements. Yes, the answer is all of the above. Promoting a sound and safe, sustainable, cost-effective mortgage lending framework. Yes. Promoting a network of specialized housing finance institution. Yes. To support an increase in the availability of buildable land and building materials for homes. So these are the main objectives of National Housing Bank. You can read more about NHB's objectives. Here are a list of NHB's objectives. Please remember that you do not have to remember all those objectives, but you have to have a certain kind of idea about those objectives, because whenever you see a wrong option, that should trigger your mind. So NHB has recently rolled out a special free finance facility 2021, and it is worth of, yes, it is 10,000 crore. It is special refinance facility 2021. It will provide short-term refinance support to housing finance companies or HFCs and other eligible primary lending institutions. So please remember, special refinance facility that is of 10,000 crore. What do you mean by refinance? It is NHB. When NHB gives it to a bank, and bank ultimately gives to a customer. The retail lending is done by the bank only. However, the fund comes from this NHB. This process is called refinancing. So the special refinance facility 2021, it is of 10,000 crores. So here is the news that we have covered in BPedia. NHB launches 10,000 crore special refinance facility 2021. We have also given certain aspects of NHB like its headquarters, the MD. So this is how we cover news in BPedia, and the BPedia is freely available in our website. Just log into our website and download the recent BPedia. So which of the following ministry looks after the implementation of Nutrient Based Subsidy Scheme? This is a flagship scheme. Which ministry looks after the implementation of this scheme? Yeah. The answer is none of the above, because the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers is the ministry responsible for the implementation of Nutrient Based Subsidy Scheme. There must be some confusion with Ministry of Agriculture Farmer Welfare, but it is not the ministry, but the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. So why we ask this question? Because your government keeps nutrient based subsidy scheme for PK fertilizers unchanged for financial year 2022. So which of the following is or are the objectives of nutrient based subsidy scheme? Here are the statements. Please read the statements and try to answer. Guys, I would like to request everyone to participate in the comment box. Then let us judge ourselves how many questions we did correct and on how many questions we need improvement. So yes, these two statements are correct, because the third statement seems incorrect. Scrapping the subsidy model in fertilizers altogether. This is nowhere close to government's objective. Yes, government is now planning to give this subsidy on DBT model, like to the bank account of the farmer. Now it is doing through providing the subsidy to the fertilizer manufacturers. But now government is planning to do this on DBT model, but government is no way planning to scrap the subsidy altogether. So these are the aims of nutrient based subsidy scheme. So here is another news. CSIR adopts 295 Atal Tinkering Labs established by Atal Innovation Mission. What is CSIR? Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So this organization has adopted 295 labs of AIM, that is Atal Innovation Mission. So here is a question based on this. Which of the following statements about Atal Innovation Mission is or are correct? These are the three statements. Atal Innovation Mission was launched by NITI Aayog. There are 17 pre-identified focus areas of AIM. There are less than 50 ATLs all across India. So it is asking which of the following statements are incorrect. So only the third statement is incorrect, because we all know Atal Innovation Mission is launched by NITI Aayog. There are 17 pre-identified areas of AIM. We have to remember it. But here is the catch. There are more than 5,000 Atal Tinkering Labs in India. But here the option reads there are less than 50 ATLs all across India. But no, there are more than 5,000 ATLs, because if we have read about ATLs, we know that ATLs are the labs that are tied up with schools. We have so many schools in India, right? So it is not logically possible that the ATLs will be less than 50. It is 5,441 as of date. So here is the 11th question. Commerce and Industry Ministry has launched e-commerce platform for marine products. So what is that platform? Yes, option B is the answer, that is e-Santa platform. So what will happen in this platform? Basically, the farmer can sell the produce online. that is e-Santa platform, Commerce and Industry Ministry. The question can be rephrased like the e-Santa platform to empower the marine producers is launched by which ministry? So you should not be confused there with the agri ministry. It is Commerce and Industry Ministry. 12th question. Archaeologists have discovered the ruins of an ancient city in Luxor. It is located in which country? Yes, Egypt is the answer. The capital is Cairo and currency is Egyptian pound. So Niti Aayog, in partnership with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Center of Social and Behavior Change, Ashoka University, launched what? It is a national digital repository on health and nutrition. So Poshan Gyan is the answer. So please remember Niti Aayog, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Center for Social and Behavioral Change, Ashoka University. These are the three institutions responsible for the launch of Poshan Gyan. It is a national digital repository on health and nutrition. Here's the 14th question. To promote well-being across age groups, Manas app was launched virtually. So what does the M stand for in this Manas app? Yes, the answer is mental, that is mental health and normalcy augmentation system. It is Manas app. Basically, the idea is to look after the mental health of Indian citizens. Here is the 15th question. In April 2021, Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman participated virtually in the second G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors, that is FMCBG meeting, under the presidency of which country? Please remember G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors meeting. Italy is the answer. So you have to remember this G20 Finance Minister and Central Bank Governors meeting under the presidency of Italy. So recently, Central Scientific Instrument Organization, that is CSIO, it was in news and it is a major entity under the Ministry of Science and Technology. So this CSIO is what? It is related to what? Your options are National Advisory Organization to PM, a unit of DRDO, that is Defense Research Development Organization, for setting up high-range missiles, a national laboratory, a national zoo facilitating animal experiment, an organization to help private players to build high-end industrial instruments. So the answer is option C, a national laboratory. Please remember the CSIO is a national laboratory under the Ministry of Science and Technology. 17th question. Beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin are chosen according to data taken from what? The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. Yes, it is SECC or Socio-Economic Caste Census 2011. It is the basis for choosing the beneficiaries for Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. Which of the following statements about municipal bonds is or are true? Here are your three statements. It is a debt security issued by state, municipality or country to finance its capital expenditure. Through municipality bonds, a municipal corporation raises money from individuals or institutions. Municipal bonds were first issued in India in 1997. So yes, all of the above statements are correct. Please remember, it was first issued in 1997. So which of the following is not a currency under special drawing rights or SDRs under IMF? So SDRs or special drawing rights, a kind of currency of IMF. The countries need to deposit in SDR in through certain currencies only. So what are those currency? The question is asking which of the following is not a currency under SDR. Yes, the answer is rupees. Rupees is not a currency under SDR. USD, Euro, Chinese Yuan, Japanese Yen, and Pound Sterling. These are the five currencies. Suppose India needs to make payment to the SDR special drawing rights. India needs to make the payment through USD or Euro or Yuan, Yen, or Pound Sterling. So here is the last question. The members of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India include whom? Here are your options. Yes. The answer is A, B, and C. 3 whole-time members, members from RBI, 5 nominated by the central government. So the Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India includes these members: 3 whole-time members, a member from RBI, 5 members nominated by the Union government, of which 3 members function as full-time members. This is the end of the session, guys. Please remember, 11 a.m., 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. every day we provide you free classes under Ghar Se Study Corona campaign. We'll be having these subjects, and please do not forget to register for our scholarship, and the scholarship will be giving you enormous discounts. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So let us wind up the session, guys. Have a good day.